Hi and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this Wednesday evening. Hope you're enjoying your week. A nice practice, a bit of leg work today, but very nice practice, I think, for midweek. As always, throughout the practice, listen to your body and only do what feels right for you today. So let us begin our practice today lying down. Making yourself comfortable on your mat. Closing your eyes, softening your body. And coming into the present moment. And letting go of your day and everything that's going on in your world. And just being in the here and now. And let your attention go to your breath as you inhale through your nose, into your belly, allowing it to fill. Pause, and then exhaling through your nose. Taking 3 more breaths here like this. And on your next inhale, raise your arms all the way behind your head for a nice full body stretch. And on your next exhale, draw them down by your sides. And let's do inhale over the head, exhale down by your side for 3 breaths. So inhale. And exhale, drawing them back down by your sides. And again. And one more time. And then bending your knees, let the soles of your feet meet. If you prefer, because I sometimes prefer to actually just cross my legs because my hips can open a little wider when I do that. So if you prefer to do that as you're lying down. Just allowing the hips to open and the knees to fall away. One more breath here. And then let's stretch that right leg up, having the sole of the feet looking at the ceiling. If you find that a little much, you can always have a bend in the knee. Lift the left leg up and just cross it over the thigh. So the leg, depending on how you're feeling at this stage of the practice, that right leg can be a little away from your body. If you find it a little tight on your glute at this point of the practice. One more breath here. And now let's just up that a little bit more by bending that right knee, and with your hands clasp them behind your right thigh, encouraging that right knee, right upper leg to come a little closer to your body. Keeping both feet flexed. Two more breaths here. And letting the right leg come down. Stretch the left leg up, letting it reach up towards the ceiling as you then cross that right leg over the left thigh. Again, you can have a softness in that left leg. You can have it doesn't need to be at a right angle all the way up. Just allow that right leg to begin to stretch and open out the glute, the hamstring. And then bending that left knee, let's clasp the hands behind the thigh, encouraging that left knee to come a little closer to your body. These are great stretches to do if you've been maybe doing a bit of running or hiking. Really nice to just ease out the legs. One more breath here. And then letting that left leg come down and the right leg. And let's raise both legs up. This time, encouraging those legs to come straight up or even a little bit more towards you. You can keep your hands on the backs of your knees if you find that helpful. Softening the shoulders, breathe into it. As you exhale, just encouraging those legs to come a little deeper. It's a big stretch for those hamstrings. One more breath here. And then bending the knees, let the feet come down onto the mat, and let's just swing around onto the belly for a moment. As we now stretch out the quads. So bending the knees with the right hand reach towards the right leg if you can, and with the left hand reach towards the left leg. So just encouraging those feet to come closer to your glutes, feeling a little bit of a stretch in the knees and the quads. If you find it difficult to reach your feet, you can always use a belt or a strap. One more breath here. And then letting the legs come out long. Coming over onto your back once again. Bending those knees. And crossing the left knee over the right. Do a double cross if that's available to you. And then just rolling over to the right. Left palm on top of right. And then draw that left arm all the way across. If it helps, you can keep your right hand on your left leg, left knee to keep it connected to the mat. One more breath here. And then unraveling the legs, coming back to the center. Let's take that to the other side. So crossing the right leg over the left, double cross if it's available to you. Rolling over onto your left side and right palm on top of left. Then drawing the right arm across, following it with your gaze. And again, keeping that left hand on the right knee, if that helps, to keep it connected to the ground. One more breath here. Unraveling the legs, coming back to the center and hug those knees into the chest. Take a little movement here. And then letting that left leg come down and lie out long, keeping the feet flexed with the right leg. Hold on to the toes of that right leg and open it out. Just as much as your body is able for. So listening to your body, working within your own parameters, and breathe into it. As you exhale, just feel that hamstring and calf extend, as though you're breathing life and warmth into those muscles. One more breath here. And then bending the knee, release the right leg out long. Let's draw that left leg up again, holding on to the toes of that left foot, extending it up. Keeping both feet flexed. Each breath just helping to increase that stretch. One more breath. And then bending the knee, release the leg out long. Pushing the heels away from the body, the toes towards you. And then bending the knees once more, hugging them into the chest. Letting the feet come down onto the mat, rolling over onto your side. And coming into tabletop. So remember, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, feet straight out behind you. Nice active hands pressing away from the mat. Keeping a softness in the elbows, but activity in the arms. And let's curl these toes. And all we're going to do is push the hips back. Okay, as though we were going into downward dog, but we're not going to go into downward dog yet. Just push those hips back very deliberately, as far back towards the heels as they can go. One more breath here. Nice stretch for the feet, the knees, the quads. And coming back up to upright. From here, open out the feet, step that right foot forward. Low lunge. Step the left knee back a little bit further to extend this stretch in the quad. And reach up. As you exhale, feel that breath come down through your body, down through that left leg, so you really feel it open out. One more breath. And then bringing the hands down onto the mat, coming up, stepping on that left foot, bend the right knee, the front knee, bend the back knee. Rising up. So your feet are about hip width apart or even a little narrower. Both knees bent. Bringing the hands onto the hips to square them up. And now just think about putting pressure onto that back leg. So we're now straightening this knee, really pressing into it. You should feel a good stretch on that calf and ankle. Again, breathing into it. Imagining the breath making its way down to your calf. One more breath. And then softening that knee, lowering it down. Open out that foot, bring the right knee down, back to your tabletop. Once again, curling those toes, push the hips back as far as they can go. One more breath here. And coming back into tabletop, opening out the feet. Let's step the left leg up, walk that right knee back, and reach up. Now all of our breath has been directed into that upper left, our upper right leg and hip. One more breath. Bringing the hands down, curling those right toes as you lift the foot up, bringing it so you can have it flat on the mat, a little bit narrower than hip width, rising up. Keep a bend in this left knee, a bend in that back right knee. Hands on the hips to square them. And now begin to straighten out the right knee. Press into the floor with the right heel and direct your breath towards the back of that right leg. Really feeling that stretch happen. Two more breaths here. And then stepping that right foot up to meet the left. Let's come to the top of the mat. Feet hip width apart. And we're going to do a sun salute on each side to finish with. So just see how deep now, after all of that stretching of your hamstrings, your glutes, your calves, see, can you get a little deeper than normal in your forward fold and in your downward dog. So reach the arms up, palms together, raise the gaze, take a breath. And sweeping the arms out to the side, let's come into a forward fold. And just see how you feel. If you normally have your knees bent, keep them bent. And just see, can you open them out another millimeter more than you normally would. Two more breaths in forward fold here. Really, again, directing that breath down the backs of those legs. Really feeling the benefit of all that stretching you've been doing. And lifting up to halfway. Lengthen through the spine, gaze on the floor. And through again to your forward fold. Let's stretch that right leg back as far as you can, coming into your low lunge. Taking it from here to your plank. Remembering to keep those arms nice and active. And then bringing yourself down onto the mat, either directly or through your knees, chest and belly. And then drawing up into a little back bend. And push on up through your tabletop into your downward dog. As you make your way up into your downward dog, pedal your way in, finding stillness and just feeling that extra little stretch in the legs, pushing the hips back. If you're finding that actually it's really easy, so you can just step the legs back maybe a millimeter or two to get a slightly bigger stretch. One more breath. And stretch that right leg out behind you. Let's step it through. Low lunge. And bringing it up to your forward fold, really deepening this fold. Bending the knees, coming all the way up. Palms together, raise the gaze. Once again, sweeping out into that nice deep forward fold. Really feeling the the lower body connect with the upper thighs. And halfway lift. Forward fold again. Stepping the left leg back. Low lunge. And then through to your plank. Bringing yourself down onto your mat. And then drawing away from it into your back bend. Really feeling the core engage as you go into your back bend. That's where the activity is, not in your hands. And then push on up through tabletop, once again to your downward dog. Feeling that lovely stretch at the back of your legs. One more breath here. And stretch that left leg out behind you, stepping it through. Low lunge. And up into your forward fold. Bending the knees, coming all the way up, bringing those hands down together in prayer at the chest, taking a breath here. From here, hinging at the hips, come to halfway. Let the hands hang down. And then let the body just release towards the legs. And make your way down from here onto your mat, swinging around to lie on your back, bending your knees. And lift those legs up, straight up with the soles of the feet looking at the ceiling. Hopefully this is a little easier for you now than it was at the start of the practice. Let's take 3 breaths here. And hug the knees into the chest. Let the feet come down onto the mat and the legs come out nice and long. Arms down by your sides with your palms facing upwards. And allow the body now to soften and relax. And thank you for joining me in this practice. Remember, let us know when you've completed it. Give us a thumbs up or whatever so you can make it onto our May Roll of Honor. And congratulations to all of those who made it onto our April one. Congratulations again. Your name will be there, is there in lights. So be great to see you there again for the May one. But now it's time for your final relaxation and meditation. As you let go your feet and your legs. Let go your glutes and pelvis. Letting go the whole back of your body and shoulder blades. The front of your body, chest and shoulders. Letting go your arms and your hands. Your head, face, jaw and chin. The whole of your body, just let it go. And identifying a moment of joy you felt recently, no matter how trivial. And find gratitude for that joy. And then let your attention go to your breath. As you inhale through your nose, filling your belly, pause, and then exhale through your nose. And spend a few minutes here observing your breath.